the top of the league and really start to show their stuff. Like Grizz got a lot of eyes on his play, and dude, I've been hyping this guy up for like at least the last year. Got a lot of eyes on his strong play. Let's see if he's going to be able to deliver.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm looking forward to seeing if he is going to bring some energy here like he was able to. Again, always excited to see this guy play. And that whole, like, you know, pick up there of the two, like, star players of that Limitless roster. And again, a lot of credit to that organization for the talent that they were able to field, because Grizz and JBA on this new, their new fields have been absolutely incredible. And again, Grizz has a golden opportunity to put that on full display here versus a Reason roster that's looking to bring some energy into the table here. We got a mid and A split coming through here. Well, it's highly likely. We'll see if they can get past this defense.
And it's looking okay to start as Beaky does drop Hone alone, but a trade's back and a stack is here. But Bentley kind of leaning away from the smoke, now caught out in the open. It's just Grizz, and he's unable to get anything done. Just the singular one from Sandwich, and Chop not going to be able to stop this play. Could start things off nicely, though, with a headshot on Heiza, and actually throws him into the ring for this clutch. Knows where both players are now. That smoke goes down. Chop knows that his opponents don't really want to peek him. He might be able to work with his opponent's tendencies just right, but inside the smoke, Beaky playing an excellent game at the moment. Dancing around it. And has no idea what lurks behind him. Or does he? Chop here's a footstep, but that's all. Finally, Dangerous is going to lock it in for Reason, as they'll pick up the pistol.
Nice little kickoff right there, closing out the pistol. Reason, smiles on their faces, able to get that split off and instantly find success there with the opening duels. So Reason going well to kick things off. And we're going to get what is highly likely that second round full eco. It's become all the more popular because a lot of these teams just feeling the pressure to get those rifles out as soon as possible. 0-3 start is a little bit worse on MR12 than it is when you have 15 rounds to work with. We got everyone boosting up towards Catwalk, so a little bit of a gimmick here.
I don't think this gimmick is going to work. Go, Cole. There's 5 players over to the A side, and, well, you gotta do what you can. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about, like, you know, you talked about JBA, and now if you're wondering, like, you know, Grizz and JBA were both these 2 players on Limitless. They weren't able to find success as a team on ECL. Wait a minute, hold on. Time Man pushes the smoke. All right. Oh, that round's done. But those 2 players weren't able to find success as a team on Limitless. But on their own separate projects, JBA on Forsaken with Stanislaw has actually been developing into a really strong North American project. And if you're wondering why they aren't in ECL, they just won their season of ESEA Advanced. And then you also have Grizz here on Party Astronauts trying to make headway. And both these players have a lot of hype behind them. So I really want to see if they can make it happen in CS2.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is... What again, I feel like when we talk about, like, new games and what players are going to be bringing to the table, I have a lot more faith in young players to take to new games. Just, you know, that brain elasticity is a little bit more moldable. You can trust that these guys will, you know, be able to adapt to the adjustments that are required of a new game. So, you're going to see some maybe struggles for the older guard, but the new guns looking to get the job done here. They're putting a lot of interest in what these players can do here for individuals in the North American scene like Grizz and like JBA, like the new guard here, even Spec included in that mix when we talk about some of the newer players.
The Boulder, as he was called back on Davenport University, absolutely dominated. Made his way to ECL just in the later end of 2022, but finally found a good home. Like, I want him to find a stable team here in ECL. Great guy, by the way. Absolutely hilarious person. Totally worth getting him for an interview. That won't be today, and maybe if he makes it to playoffs, we'll see. Entry into this A site as JDubs and company are getting some work done, but Ben Lee down below will get cleared out. Nice angle being taken here by these Reason entries, but that kill through the smoke could just mean everything. Chop drops Dangerous. JDubs in some trouble as the bomb is down. towards jungle.
How do you
It's looking tough.
isolate these angles here? Well, that's
10
gonna
seconds.
help.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you're
10
right.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. It will be the first round here for Party Astronauts, as Grizz will hold down that jungle angle and keep things under wraps for the CTs.
You notice this last round, I haven't spoken on it yet. It's actually Heiza in the server and not Mellow.
Not
So
Mellow.
that was a surprise there for us in the server. I was expecting it to be Mellow coming through. I mean, I know that was announced not too long ago, but Heiza is actually going to be the 5th. And yeah, I mean, it says it on HL TV that Mellow would be their 5th in theory, but interesting to see that as well.
Things changed, I suppose. Unless Mellow underwent a name change and decided to steal a current NA Advanced player's name.
Classic, man.
The sneaky to cynic.
I like that name.
I want it. I
I'm
want
gonna
it.
take that. That's a cool name. What does that even mean?
Exner seems pretty cool. You know, I should name myself Machine. I think that name's pretty cool. That sounds like a good commentator name, don't you think, Cole?
Well, a nice little play-by-play name for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna take that name.
It has some emotions behind it. I don't know. There's just a feeling for that. But all right, we got 2-all here. Party Astronauts cleaning up these ecos. That's why we're waffling about on the broadcast. But we do have Heiza, who, in his own right, he does have the individual ability to keep up with the players in the server, but it is kind of on the fly with new players shuffling in and out of Reason right now.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a surprise to see that taking place there. Okay, the Krieg is in play. Been seeing a rise in the Krieg and AUG. Mostly the AUG, I would say, more than the Krieg, but I mean, why not abuse the scope on the T side just the same there? And he certainly will abuse the scope right there, taking down Grizz. They've got Spec pretty much locked in this ladder room. They are hard watching this angle.
I don't know if they heard footsteps inside of window as they were assembling the boost. Or maybe, you know, just
You hear the vent
instinctually
open.
looking at that angle. See the re-smoke. It's a window. That kind of playing his hand.
HE and Grape. Here's the HE and says, "This is my sign to watch window right now." And so taking care of business right there. There's one of the closer rotates to that B-bomb site taken care of. They're going to be late to the party here, as the execute's already coming through. And honestly, if I'm Party Astronauts, I'd probably like to save here. But we'll see if they can get anything back.
Oh, Spec. He's going to get himself in there. Maybe the flank from Ben Leach could work out. It's a pretty unexpected position, but now that Ponalone goes down, Ben Leach is going to wave that white flag, and Reason will move up to 3 rounds. So, despite being 0-4 on the season, and I'm going to say that the overall win percentage stats not looking good for this squad at the moment, they do have very close games against good teams. Against Nouns, again, had an 8-4 lead at the half, but you know how Nouns go. Sometimes there's a little spark, and everyone just starts first bulleting. Everyone on that team starts first bulleting the opposing team. Carson starts popping off, and the like. So you can't really fault Reason for falling behind there. But this is a much more, I would say, normal opponent that they could pull this off against.
Yeah, maybe more manageable when it comes to some of the, the NA opponents that they have to field right now. Now it's definitely up there for one of the best. And, Party Astronauts, while they have looked really good, actually, they put up some incredible fights versus some of the best. They can't be vulnerable when it comes to some of these scrappy rosters here in ECL. This would definitely be, a bit of a worrying sign here. If you're not able to dispatch of Reason, that puts you in a bit of a tough spot. So they are eager to close things out, build some confidence here. You got Pome with the op here for the first time. But he's over there towards the B side right now. Not going to have much impact when it's an AXQ coming through.
Yeah, Bentley kind of trapped out towards Ticket. I wouldn't feel so great in this position. Now, this smoke deployed at the moment, you know, yeah, you're going to need it for the molly that's coming through as well. That's a CSGO smoke, not a CS2 one. Bomb's going to get planted. And, well, Spec will charge on through, at least get the trade down onto Grape. And Heiza up close could be another linchpin for the retake if he goes down. Flashbang to the sky. Heiza's just going to go down instantly. And now this retake is on as Pone alone lands another shot. JDubs in trouble. He's been spotted out as well. Caught on the ladder as well. This is disastrous for Reason. The Kree can't get things done with the taps at long range. That defuse down and that retake in for Party Astronauts.
They actually coordinated that retake incredibly well right there. Not easy to crack through that A site like they did, but the flashes that came through for each other, the initial peaks, the HGs that followed suit there, it's a really well orchestrated retake right there from Party Astronauts, and it's going to be able to put things here even further into their advantage. Calling in a timeout for Reason. I feel like Reason in that sort of position, they need to fight for some sort of space. That's where you probably want to take some CT spawn control or something of the sorts, because when you looked at the post plants, they weren't like over in towards jungle, they weren't over there in CT, like they were pretty much on the default site. They were in ramp and palace, and then one was kind of awkwardly placed behind missiles, which those post plants aren't going to go very well for you, and that's definitely a key detail as to why Reason struggled to close that out.
So, 3-all, but Reason kind of on the back foot after that awkward retake. And now it's pistols out mid, but this is get wild. This is get weird. Nate down into window, and Grizz is just going to go down instantly. But 2 go back, an op shot, a nade back. But Heiza gets a spot in window. Could put some pressure on. He hears the movement. Maybe could catch a back turn, but so far it's an advantage for PA, but that could quickly change. We'll see right now. Reason kind of in a bit of a bind, but you at least have Heiza to work with inside of that ladder room. He actually could come through with a bit of a flank.
All 8. They're not gonna have much. But right there, that's Heiza striking with that AK right there, and that's the full effect that you're hoping for.
You're looking to turn it around. Nade on the JDubs, so that bomb plant's gonna go down safely. Like Reason actually given a chance. Can Heiza do anything more? He absolutely can. That's a double kill right there. Ben Leto, the third man in line. First kill's good. Needs to find JDubs, who only has a pistol, and that's going to be a clutch to stop the heroism from Heiza. Gotta give Reason the respect, though.
That's a huge relief right there for Party Astronauts in converting that round. But like you said, yeah, that's a fantastic bit of damage. That's much more than the mission accomplished right there for a bit of an eco with some tools. Party Astronauts going to take that lead right on back. But might feel like a little bit of a hollow victory, especially if you see Reason come through with any sort of efficiency in this gun round. Got Beaky on the op right now. I was wondering who's going to be picking that up now that Walker wasn't on the team's Beaky.
I mean, I've seen Beaky pick up the secondary on a couple of his past teams, so it's not absolutely obscene, but, you know, it's tough not having a primary. I guess it is CS2, so maybe the op has become kind of less central to a team's plan. Either you completely invest around it and just have it be the the opening kill machine or you don't buy it at all. Having a passive offer just doesn't feel great in this game at the moment.
Yeah, they'll swing for the wins here with that AWP. Sometimes it's a secondary ops specialty is knowing how to get opening picks with that gun. We'll see if that's the case there. Owen's trying to get himself somewhat effective here with that AWP on the A side. He's going to be tested here soon. They're getting ready to split quickly.
Oh, is he going to take the peek from top ticket? No, he won't. He'll get annihilated by Grape. Bentley is inside of Palace. No one's really watching this right now. Only just. Does Grape get himself into position, but Bentley doesn't even look like he wants to give this one a go. Grizz is going to go down easy at the hand of Dangerous. And this is gonna be a simple save, despite being in the right positions there. Party Astronauts just get eliminated one by one, and pretty anticlimactic at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, right there, it's a very awkward position for Pwn to be in. He didn't even realize that JDubs was lurking his way out A, but if he might have stepped his way out and didn't get blasted by Grape, well, he was definitely traded by JDubs. And that sort of position with that amount of control, they're taken essentially for free and met with no resistance up until Hormone's peak with the op. And that resistance was all the way from top of ticket booth. It seems like Reason are walking away, you know, free for control and taking map and real estate a little too easily for my liking. That's going to be a problem that Party Astronauts need to figure out a way to deal with here as soon as possible.
So here we go. Party Astronauts in need of a bit of a solution. Running out of cash. Do you see Beaky? You know, I was talking about it. Gotta centralize that op for some opening picks. Some peeks, some swings. But nothing giving. Just mid-control established here for PA. See if Reason have the guts to retake it.
Tested too much here. Eyes are just kind of covering for any top mid aggression here. They're trying to make a loud bit of presence over here towards the B side, but Bomb is still dropping in a neutral location, and the Palace Sword just sliding his way out there. JDubs gets space to work, and they don't have to overcommit to anything here. They do lose their B lurk though. Dane will go down, so start things off with a little bit of a problem here, and back towards the A side they will go.
And it wasn't really a fast enough reaction back onto the A side. The rotate beginning to roll through. But Heiza creeps his way up into connector. Could provide a problem for that stairs player in Spec if he's not prepared. And it's looking like this smoke, top con, might be fading soon. Flashbang as well to get Heiza in, but Spec was ready for it. Absolutely. Sees the flash, knows what's coming, but Great gets another. Grizz goes down again. And next, the other ticket player falls, but now Spec and Chop begin to open up. Beaky scoped in, does land his shot though, and with 10 seconds left, he's either gotta get that plant or get the frag. He's looking for the kill, crosses over to default box to get that planted, but Chop begins his walk forward, gets himself over towards triple. Beaky, no idea where to look. Will tuck himself back into firebox. Both players see each other, but Beaky wants the swing and the clutch. 1v2 for him. And that's going to be 5 for Reason.
Okay, Beaky hitting a little hop step right there to spot opposition, and we'll secure the bag right there for Reason, taking that lead right on back. Establishing a fantastic clutch. Beautiful work right there from Beaky to close that round out. I thought maybe overconfidence was going to cost him. If he wasn't going to land that kill, he maybe wasn't going to plant the bomb in time, but instead gets it just in time, gives himself opportunity there in the late round, and that's going to be money disrupted heavily here for Party Astronauts. So Reason going to either lock in a tie or have some extra rounds here even to work with on this T side. Could lock themselves in even further success.
I want to talk about our game that we were joking about. Because right now, okay, after that AK gets dropped and the bomb, well, let's see if Isaac can get away with it. I think he will be able to just fine. But we were talking about our major winners in the opening game here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to halt all discussion here. There's just been 2 AKs dropped. And a 3 versus 4 retake. I'm actually gonna take this round seriously, Cole. There's a man advantage for Party Astronauts. And more.
Another.
It's a 2v3. Beaky, it's gonna go down. This is a full eco. Reason cannot afford this. And he's gonna go down. Isaac gets eliminated. Straight USPs win this one.
Oh no. That is a fumble right there, man. What happened? I thought that at the start of that, right, we see that initial kill come through. It's like, okay, yeah, he got blasted by some USPs. That tends to happen every once in a while if you're getting swung by 5 players. But then you just straight up run it on towards that B side. They start getting a little bit nervous, a little bit scared as they run into the B side, thinking that they have a chance, and then they lose another member, and then things start to sour. They go towards the A side, and you got a 3v4 right there on that A side. It's like, that very well should be still locked in. You should be closing that one out, but it's a
everyone's
huge slip
out
up.
of position. That's what happens when you just have isolated fights, is that you're just gonna get picked off one by one. You're gonna give the pistols a chance to get a trade and then pick up AKs. And once the AKs get picked up, the round actually becomes dangerous. You're in a serious disadvantage. Now that's a 6 spray there from Grizz to drop the rest of the pistols, but I mean, we're gonna harp on that round for a while. That could have been Reason just cruising their way to a solid half lead, just like they did against Nouns, and give themselves a real shot at taking this map. But now it's all up in the air, and they've got to catch all the pieces.
Yeah, you don't get those full USP rounds all that often, and they feel just almost demoralizing when they do happen. Like you said, the extra implications here that do lose out on a potential extra rounds here. Definitely rounds that we would consider freebies. The easy ones right there are what slips up, and that's gonna cost you dearly, especially if it matters even more. If Party Astronauts walk away with a 7th right here in this last round of the half.
Over Reason are kind of grouped up at the right site, and Ben, he's about to cross out in the open. Gunfight? No, not awaiting him. JDubs was just holding the off angle. He's out of Palace. Joris hears a lot of the commotion around the map, but isn't prepared for the angle from Grizz. He goes down easy. Now Party Astronauts can start to reinforce each individual site.
Reposition, but this is a position where you can't run away from, right? Gotta commit here. We'll see if he gets cleared. He's gonna check there. Heise is swinging for the fences. Palace is being covered by the zone. They double swing him perfectly right there, but then Bimmy has his chance to strike. It's only good for one. Then the trades come through there for the T side. They are holding on to this.
Yeah, this is a very real round. And also Spec falls next. Great swing from JDubs, and Reason will stabilize. A good site take gets them to a 6-all half. A chance for the underdogs to maybe pull an upset on this map. We'll be back in a bit. Oh, well, we're back. And so much. I mean, when I said back in a bit, I was actually serious. We're back in with the pistol. Jumping out into the A site. Grape is already going to eat the goosh. And, well, the classic Astralis strat. Take CT spawn control and get that plant in is working. We all know the counter. 4 more players, 4 more CTs group up to retake their site. But it's an advantage fight for the T's. You can see shadow advantage working. The angles are good. The headshot being landed. It's just JDubs. He'll find 2, but he has 2 more in front of him. Spec and Chop to stop the clutch. Needs to find that kit, though, and that he will. Smoke onto the bomb. But peeking up top, Chop is not going to even let him get there. It's going to be the pistol for PA.
Yeah, as soon as you get yourself in that smoke with a kit on a pistol, it does get a little bit scary, so I like that Chop maybe just denies him that even opportunity right there. It's going to be 7 found there from Party Astronauts winning the pistol in the second half. Moving forward with a little bit of success. That's the sort of map control that you want to establish. If you're going to take that A control, you want to take that CT spawn ground as well. And then you got some good post plants. You got some good angles to work with right there. Definitely had some good angles to break past. We do get a second round force by though from Reason.
Oh, that's dangerous.
As mentioned. Yeah, it's not oftentimes that we see these second round forces, but we'll see if they can use it to full effect.
See the execute roll out. JDubs, edge of the smoke. There's one hammered in, but he needs more. Lots of damage though. Maybe follow it up. Beaky drops it. He lands a headshot. A second, a third for Beaky, and it's a force buy win for Reason. What was that?
What? Beaky diving through the smoke right there. He just lands a falling headshot on the first, but then the follow up right there is absolutely insane. That's an unbelievable round from Beaky. That one looked so easy for Reason to break past. I mean, even diving in and out of the smoke right there. Just gonna set a sour tone there for Party Astronauts. It's gonna be a force by horse to start off for the second half. I sure do love some of that in-aim counter strike and right out towards the middle. They're gonna walk into a nade stack, but Finley finds the headshot.
No! Cole, it just can't keep happening. This is becoming madness right now. Teams trading force buys back and forth. 2 push mid. They meet the whole team. At least one gets traded back by Jane George, but it's a 3v4, and Party Astronauts have a minute on the clock to think about where they want to go with this.
Building on the scout is just cracking me up. Beaky, he might put an end to this one.
Oh, it wasn't completely cleared. You got a full clear. Oh my goodness, it doesn't matter. All alone on the MP9.
What? How are you ready for that right there? I guess.
There's nothing better to watch, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're always locking in right there. Sometimes it feels like you can walk through a round and you can, you know, kind of zone out, lose your attention right now. Opponent alone is locked in, not messing up, not misstepping at all, covering every little small detail here. It's going to be an A-side finish, and Party Astronauts are going to set themselves up for the reply.
Oh my goodness. This game has just gone haywire. Like, this round from... I mean, both of these force buy rounds as well. It's not like any team just made some sort of egregious mistake. I guess against this kind of purchase, there's no need to double swing middle, because you might run into a gimmick like that where just the whole team is waiting for you top mid. There's no chance you're getting a kill. But... oh, it's just chaos. That's the only way I can frame it, Cole. You can't say that, like, okay, one team absolutely outbrained and outstratted the other. It was 2 trains colliding and, you know, 2 knights jousting, and one of them got knocked off the horse.
Yeah, I mean, same with a round where Beaky just dives through a smoke and finds 3 deagle shots. It's like,
yeah, really outstratted there. Sorry, guys, I got anti-strat
exactly.
on that one.
I mean, you're just throwing a big execute at him, and Beaky just dives through a smoke and kills 3. It's like, you can't really do a lot to counter that. What you can do is, if rounds go wrong, you can save a couple rifles, and it's still not empty-handed here for Reason. They have a lot of tools brought to the table here. Great news for them. Again, same play here. It's gonna work out wonderfly for them this time, though. It's Pone alone, only one to reply as they dive for that fight towards the middle. This time with 2 players in the window smoke.
Can it stop going back and forth? Will Party Astronauts find a way to come back into this round, or will Reason seal it? And just keep the chaos going, because it's looking like it right now. Dangerous, long-range angle on the A1. What do you want? But he just looks away as they start to cross, and Grizz is going to open up the sight. Dangerous on the other end. Here's the players drop on through. Molly just misses him. Will it spread to him? Will he make a sound cue? Well, it doesn't matter. Grizz peek before the flash, but Dane does burn. It's 2 versus 2. It's still madness here on this A site, but Heiza will garner the advantage. Pwn alone, now forced out into the open by the Molly, and he can't do it. We're going to go back and forth again here in the second half.
Continue to just break back and forth here. Neither one of these teams wants to fall short, and you can guarantee a bias coming up here from PA, as they've let that round slip just a little bit. It's just a really good setup right there. Very similar to what they did last round here. They're going to run it back, where they invest quite a bit in that mid control for the CT side. Underhanding an HE for the window smoke and double swinging with 2 players. This is not something that Party Astronauts were accounting for in that round, but something that Reason can use as a bit of a gimmick to find themselves a big opening, and sure we'll capitalize off of it.
So, we enter the game. Who can put 2 rounds in a row? Balls in Reason court to do it. Over that smoke. They're going to disrespect. It doesn't matter. JDubs, better weapon, gets the job done. He eats a dink and spam through the smoke from Beaky. It's looking like Reason want to take control of this game now.
Take that one straight to the smoke here. Beaky's getting aggressive. Eagle is the only thing that can really keep him at bay. There's that connector play, though, coming through.
Oh, no.
A-side's going to be limited here.
Dangerous, though. Goes for the flank. I think Spec realizes this is a possibility.
Oh,
or
no,
maybe he doesn't.
stomping.
He's going to run knife out into Dangerous. And that, friends, is the bomb on the ground. And the round ends there. Reason will seize control of Mirage and give a chance for a bit of an upset map here.
That's 2 in a row, like you said. There's a critical 2 in a row here for the second half. That's going to break the economy of the counterparts and put it into the Forced by Wars. Finally, PA have to wave the white flag and say, all right, I'll play with Glocks here. We were able to win it with USPs once before, but this is just a little too far-fetched. Reason going to grab themselves double digits. Highly likely.
Just Glocks. You know, this really does... It's been a bit since we've been on an ECL broadcast here, Cole, but it really does feel like home right now. Forced by Wars, lead off the half. You couldn't get it anywhere else. At least, I'm not saying that you couldn't get it anywhere else, but the probabilities of it happening are more likely, it feels like. We just like saying, go for it. I mean, shoot, that's the American dream or something like that.
Yeah, the only other place you can get this is over on the A stream right now.
That is true.
Because there's
right
another
now.
NA game going. We did have some South American Counter-Strike. You know, the fundamentals. We also had a little bit of the madness for sure. South America and North America, a little bit similar in that sense.
You know, but I feel like South American teams, they mature a little bit, right? You know, they've had a couple EU trips underneath their belt. These guys, we're going for stuff like this, and if you whiff the early shots, you're in big, big trouble. Oh my goodness, an 8-back, and the Molly almost landed on top of them as well. Grape will escape out with at least a kill, which is probably infinite times more than he should have gotten away with. A joke that I'm making there, he should have gotten none. But even helped out by Dangerous. There's no way there's a comeback in this round for Reason. They have the man advantage, and they might walk away with it now even further as Ben Lee goes down, despite the calamity that hit Reason to open this one up. They're up 2 players.
Yeah, bombs down towards the top of it, and Grizz has done good to take the steep positioning, but now his position is revealed, and there was a player right in between the bomb and that bomb site. That's going to complicate the matter here. Beaky is the winning position here for his
Grizz,
team.
though. Grizz is also coming back in to help his teammate out. So the jiggle peek is there. Grizz coming back in through the apartment is going to nail Beaky. That gives an open avenue to the B site. Great awareness there from Grizz to open up the avenues for his team. But there's another flank developing. The check is there from Chop. And Dane George just simply can't run. He can't give his footsteps away. So now crossing into the site. Party Astronauts with a clear B site. But a smoke extinguished there from JDubs. Trying to give himself an angle. It does. But not wide enough to get the shots. It's a 2v2.
Gotta be careful for this apps link. It is quick here. Dane could surprise, and no one is looking this way.
Oh, a great angle taken there on the Chop. Grizz needs to complete the excellent round with a 1v2, and Dane George will not be letting that happen. A 4K in this round. 2 players on Reason started it off on basically 8 HP, and they make the full-blown comeback. 11-8 now for Reason.
Nicely done right there. Great clutch. They're shaking. They're having joy. Also, but excitement here for Reason as they continue to succeed. I mean, again, you really like to see that communication there between Chop and Grizz. I felt like they were really effectively communicating the possibility of where the CTs could be, but the fast flank from Dane is going to do a great job of devastating. And that's going to be timeout here. These Party Astronauts are definitely feeling the heat at the moment.
So there we have it. Tack timeout. Rolling out from Party Astronauts. Reason. Fallen behind, down 11-8. Rather, what am I saying? Party Astros have fallen behind. Reason are on the comeback here. After a set of blunders to open up a loss of the full eco, teams still find their way to bounce back, fight back, and all of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a mentally crushing round that they've had to claw their way back into, right?
Yeah.
A full USP round. That could have won them the half. And they shook that off and said, all right, well, we'll get the last round of the half and come right back into things. Heights a peek towards middle. You're not getting this one alive, but you might get away with a kill. Some form or fashion. He walks away with some success there when I thought he was getting nothing.
An excellent flash there from Dane Joris that came through from that A site. Called for it, and despite being the substitute, still knows the limits of his team's communications. Really good to at least nab a 4 on 4 out of that awful situation.
They're really weak on this B side. Now just being reinforced here with at least a player on the site proper, but you also got to get into position here for Dane. One man to defend alone is not going to be enough, and Hone alone just pushes forward. He's got so much to worry about.
That is a huge kill. Great though. Oh no, Hone hands his back to him, but there's going to be an instant trade, and Reason will not be going for this. Too far away from the sites. Iki's out of there with the op, and I guess JDubs has his metaphorical 1v3 that he's probably just looking for exits here. So 9 rounds to Party Astronauts. The game, the deficit, goes down to 2. And this map still has more legs to it.
That it does. Again, a little bit of a gamble play there from Reason, leaving that site a little bit weak. And does not pan out for them. Here's JDubs, though. But you can make this one expensive. Victories, and you have to really run from that bomb, but okay. Let's just outright beat him. It should be safe there. Yeah, it goes down to 5, but all good. JDubs will go down, but there's so much money on the CT side. It was kind of worth making a play like that, and ideally it would have gone better for him, but it would be a quick end.
Party Astronauts on the bounce back. Can they keep thriving in the chaos? Reason. Are they gonna keep like tossing in these little mid gimmicks that they've been punished a bunch for? Kind of the same. 2 players in window to open up. There's no window smoke. They're from Party Astronauts, so basically a clear mid side. As they're gearing up for the execute, but it's on the right site. There's only maximum 1 real defender here to form Dangerous. And while that's a chunky AG, it's actually the shot from Beaky through the smoke that helps out. But with Dangerous going down and spawn, that's a lot of space for the T side.
This is that real estate they need to claim here. Is taking that CT control, but they've lost a player straight through the smoke. Plucked out by Heiza right there. Grizz gonna try and lock in a bomb play, but he's even faking it. So it's gonna buy even more time here to get into position to let those smokes fade away, and that's exactly what's going on right now. The smokes are soon gonna fade, and now there's 2 players in CT that you have to worry about.
Yeah, Spec is gonna try and farm the space back towards stairs, and he does. He lands the shot. Even Grizz nearly spray transfers onto the jumping player. And those 2 kills right there just lock in the site and the round. An up retake is not what you want. And you might want to take your opportunity to save, but I think that window is just closed. Grizz has the key to it. And he's going to keep that one shut. Can Beaky break it down? He can. A nice quick scope there. And he'll be there for the escape. 10 rounds to Party Astronauts, though. If this gun does not make it to the next round, Reason are broke. And it might
does
happen.
still have at least 1 tool, but Spec, he's not covering this market door position. He might be able to avoid it completely. Spec's figured it out. He's figured out the game right there, and we'll drop the op. That's gonna be, I mean, a couple players in a decent position to maybe buy some pistols for their teammates or something along those lines, but Reason, they've got some discussion taking place here to try and figure out what they're going to do in this one.
Yeah, these just mad individual fights that Party Astronauts are taking. Grizz holding his own on the site. Spec taking space towards stairs. It's the little things, you know, not the grand battle plan, but the little things that are getting Party Astronauts ahead in these rounds. It's the individual player that's stepping up when needed. And timeout called for Reason to assess whether they want to give this one a go. I'm thinking you were on the right page there, Cole. We might just see some dropped over pistols.
Yeah, I mean, in those late round situations, you would expect for Party Astronauts to thrive, but it is the new guys right there in that last round stepping up, right? It's Grizz and Spec keeping their composure in the 3v3 in a really awkward position, right? The smokes were fading. They were going to be in no man's land if they didn't find those kills, and they found the kills they needed right there brilliantly. One round off the tie. Could be going the distance. They could be going right back to that OT as well. This back and forth continues. It's looking like it's going to be a tie here, unless the Mag 7 has much to say. They're Beaky. Looking to farm up some sweet checks for his op funding in the future.
If Heiza had a deagle here, I would actually believe in this. But unfortunately, Grizz has got the clear. The crouch swing, no headshots there. But, 1 Mag 7 in van. Is it enough? First challenger is Ben Lee. Now swapped to the AK. And now it's only that AK. But he's making it work. He gets another kill, but is sent to the hood of the van. Right there. And it's 11-all.
And again, it's crucial that he gets a kill with that Mag 7, because now he has money for utility to back up this op purchase, and I was going to say it was a little hefty investment, but he's the last man to stand on that site, so not too bad. Reason. Will they take this tied scoreline as a wake-up call, or will Party Astronauts continue to break through the noise here?
Oh, man. It is one wild game we got. At 11-all. see a little play here from Pwn. He's poking and prodding this A-side defense. Sees nothing. He'll take some liberties to back away, but there's always another activator. You see Grizz marauding on that B site. He's looking to take advantage of a mistake potentially from Grape, and the pressure forces the smoke out.
It's good utility breaking right there. Taking advantage of some of that there. Beaky tossing in an HE, maybe to try and distract, give a comm player some presence there, but there was no connector player. It's just going to be some utility continuing to be dispensed here by Reason as they start to be pressured back in towards these more passive positions. This is exactly what Party Astronauts want to push them towards. Get that utility out. Start to break them apart. They're up catwalk deep already. I mean, Spec is in such a good position right now to split in towards this B site.
Orlando's going to have to make some noise while scoping up this op, though. Wonder if the player's backside, that's being communicated here. Heiza is good on the first duel. Now some distraction starts to open up as the Tech 9 brought up for Pwn alone. It's far from enough, but those entries from Benleet, the cleanup crew is here. 15 seconds, though, and JDubs has made his way out towards Empty Pillar. Getting wrapped up potentially, but no, Chop's going to play the bomb out in the open. But Benleet is still on for this one, or is he? Beaky will send him sliding across the site, and it's map point for Reason.
JDubs, he knows what he's doing right there in the back of the site. Able to deny the bomb plant perfectly set up. So much disruption right there. And the Party Astronauts camp. Just such a big play from him. Coming through there in delivery. And Heiza coming through there as well is kind of the new guy on the block. Again, I talked about the weight that, you know, I thought Mello was going to be put, but it's actually Heiza having to build some momentum, build some motivation for this roster. He's gone through some tough times since the formulation under the banner of Reason. A play like that to maybe give themselves a chance to close this in regulation. That is the exact sort of motivation that he needs to bring.
So walk out middle here for Party Astronauts. Beaky just fires the shots and leaves. Party Astronauts satisfied with the pressure they've put on. They're going to look towards other parts of the map. But maybe not enough pressure. B-side apartments being overrun.
Heading this towards the A side, this should be very much so telegraphed. They should know exactly when this is coming. That's a great Molotov to buy time. Now they've cleared out the entirety of the apartment side. They're going to rotate players back towards A, and they're going to reinforce this site.
This is a death sentence. You would have to think the Party Astronaut cannot win this. The stack awaiting them, but Grizz is going to open up with one Deagle headshot. JDubs opens up. That's a triple kill there, though. That's looking to seal the map. Unless Pwn alone can do anything. The flanking player, though, is caught out as well. And that will be the map for Reason. A big upset here on Mirage. It's their pick. They had to fight for it. They had to fend off the comeback from Party Astronauts, but they're able to push it over just at the end.
Yeah, massive closure right there. JDubs being able to deliver like that is fantastic work coming through from him. It's back.